great to see you, man. The last time you and I spoke, I checked our past interviews, and it was
Yeah,
in 2021
yeah.
holiday season. You sang a classic, Last Christmas, and we talked about that. And uh, first, I love the version that you did because that's not
Thank you.
easy to do, man.
Thank you. I'll take that. Yes.
Before I get into anything else, man, I want to go back to that. How was that back then in recording that song, man?
Man, it felt really cool. I grew up not being able to listen to George Michael. Uh, and it was a pretty conservative home and we weren't allowed to listen to much. But I loved he was one of my favorites. So to be able to do that Christmas Carol of all of them felt like really fun. And we got to do it we shot it at Warehouse Studio, Brian Adams' place in downtown Vancouver.
Oh,
And it was our first experience there. And I caught Brian's eye at one point and got a nod from him. Nothing verbal, just a hey buddy. And that felt good.
hey, cool, man. Look, the reason why I know you and I are talking about is this great new single that's out. Before I get into that, man, I was on your socials. There's two things I'm
Hmm.
curious about
Sure.
that I didn't know about. One, did you join the Toronto Blue Jays? What was going on with that, man?
Oh yeah, you
You
saw
pitching?
that. Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
tried me out. I got pretty far in the process, but ultimately didn't make it. I should have tried out when it wasn't in the playoffs. I should try it again. No, I did the first pitch a couple of season before last for a Yankees game, and you know what? I did pretty good. It was over the plate. It would have been a strike, but it was like probably 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's cool, man. The other thing I didn't realize that you and Forrest Gump have something in common, and that has to do with ping pong.
Yeah, yeah. Except he actually was a champion fictitiously. Yes, that's
Can you
funny.
explain that, please?
Yeah, I mean, I have I enjoy ping pong. I have a Wednesday night ping pong thing I do with some buddies, ping pong
Oh,
and tequila, and almost every Wednesday through the winter. And sometimes it's a little cold. It's a shop without heat, but we make do. Anyways, that's been a pastime for a lot of years. And I recently found on Facebook Marketplace a machine that throws ping pong balls at you in every kind of way with all the spins that you could ever want. It's quite detailed, but it's 30, 40 years old. It's from the 80s and it was originally used by the Chinese Olympic table tennis team. So uh, I overpaid for it, and but I got to make a friend with a dude that was a professional pong player himself and give me all the ways in which to make the machine work so that I could become this super skilled player at some point in the near future. I'm still working on the training program and how to fit it in, the Olympic pursuit with the music career, but I'll keep you posted.
I'm jealous, man, because I know back in the 80s, when I was in college, ping pong was the game. It
Yeah.
wasn't pool. It wasn't like ping pong was it. That's what we
It almost
played, man.
depends on your college. It was either ping pong or foosball. There's
There
some
you go.
incredible
Exact.
foosball players from that era that you cannot touch because it was all they did.
Nah. Now let's get back to this thing, man, because it sounds like let me ask this before I get into
Sure.
the new track. You guys take a long time to cultivate your music. Why is that important to do that?
I think it's more that I take a long time to get the music out. We have so much music that it's just the schedules these days are really difficult to kind of find yourself in. Um, but in the writing process, I think it's just figuring out the kind of artist you want to be. I've always had a hard time getting into writing rooms and writing about whatever is currently cool to write about. We always have to find that hard to find quirky idea or the one that has a triple or quadruple meaning and fit it in or that's meaningful to us as individuals and we're living these lives alongside the need to write songs and make art and I think it's important. It obviously swings both ways, but this last season for us is a season of us needing the art to reflect our lives, and you got to live a little bit of life to get that kind of inspiration. So I mean, you wouldn't know it from the songs. Maybe you would, but it's our biggest songs of late have been about floating, and this "If I Go Missing" song is a summer song of relaxation. So that's the kind of life I'm going to try to live alongside this song, just relaxing by the pool. it's my job. I have to do it.
I hear you, man. Now I know it's just been mentioned, but I'd like to do this official. What is the name of the new single? And how does it represent you and the band today? And it sounds like, again, this is like one of the most personable singles that you guys have written.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you. It's called "If I Go Missing," so no G, just a little apostrophe at the end. If I go missing, and it's about finding your happy place, but it's the deeper meaning is really in exactly that. Like I feel like I have gone missing a little bit, and as a band, we've gone missing. We've sort of been in that stage of finding ourselves and finding our voices and what we want to say and how we want to say it. And I think it's important to take your time when you're doing that, and to find it like sometimes you have to go away. You have to sort of isolate. And there's a specific line in the phone. It's sort of throwaway, but it means a lot to me right now. And it just says, "Turning off my phone, and it won't be long. It won't be long until I turn it all around." And the turning it around, I think, has to come after conscious decisions for your own health or mental health, or like these are the things as I approach midlife that I'm dealing with more than ever, is just staying fit, eating healthy, and being full of energy for my teenage children. And so if I had to go missing, if the band hasn't been all that visible, that's why. And hopefully it all makes sense when you hear the song.
It makes sense to me, man. I've been doing the exact same. I've lost 15 pounds myself, man. And, you
Really,
know,
congrats. Yeah.
before I came to do this interview, I was at the gym and, trying to watch what I'm eating, but I'm still grabbing chips whenever.
Doesn't it feel good? I mean, doesn't it just feel like this is how I was made to be? Like this is the kind of
Yeah,
discipline I can get used to.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But
Good for
I'm
you.
curious though, did the things that happened during COVID and what is going on, especially in the last 2, 3 years around the world, has that changed your reflection on how you're writing music, which helped create this new track?
Yeah, I guess in a lot of ways the whole world went missing for a while.
Yeah.
I think I think I had to deal with a lot of isolation, and I was just talking to somebody about just the loneliness of being an artist, and trying to figure out how to relate. And sometimes we put it all into song, and that's our therapy, and other times it's finding different ways to kind of cope. But yeah, so what was the question again?
COVID, what's going on around the world today in the last 2, 3 years? How
How it
much
was
did that
informed
affect
by
in
COVID?
your music writing? And did it
Yeah,
have anything to do with how this song
with
was
the
written?
current track. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. I find myself having to remember. I think for a lot of years, 4 or 5 into COVID, it was just the obvious answer to so many of the questions. Why is this happening? COVID. And then there was a honeymoon where we're like, okay, COVID's over, and things are better again. And then it's just like there's deeper themes and things that I think we as a society need to heal from the isolation that was represented through that half decade of not knowing where to go or what to do. Um, in a weird way, though, that for us as a band, that's some of our best and first years. We signed with Sony in 2020, and we released singles. Didn't get to tour. That was a weird sort of phenomenon. We had 3 top 10s without ever playing a show in country music because it wasn't allowed, and so that was it's our relationship with the country fans versus the fans that are OG from our independent years is a funny one, but I think everybody's happy to have us back doing what we're doing, and nobody's happier than our wives and the people around us that love us, that just want us to figure this out and be a band and do what we were created to do. And it again, it's fitting. I hadn't made that connection, but yeah, absolutely, that song is informed by that
You
by
know,
that journey.
what I find interesting, I've said this a million times. No disrespect to actors or other people in the arts. I always find it more difficult talking to actors than to do songwriters, recording artists. And the reason why is because folks like yourself, you're used to doing interviews like this. You're used
Mm.
to being in front of an audience. You're used to doing the meet and greets. You're used to going to radio stations, television stations. So you're always in front of an audience or connecting with people. Whereas other folks in other arts, they can
Mhm.
hide in a room for the longest time and not technically connect with anybody until
Yeah, I
almost as
can.
if they're forced to. When
Yeah.
that connection was taken away because of all this that was going on, how difficult was it to reconnect in that point?
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it's funny, and also to have that shared experience with the everybody that you're in connection with, and to be able to call it what it was, and deal with the trauma or the whatever the mental health that came with it. Yeah, yeah, it's a good point. Difficult to do, and probably more difficult for somebody that, uh, yeah, actors really, if you want to, you can just kind of reduce your interactions to directors and lawyers, right? Like,
Yeah,
and
but you
uh,
guys
and
can't.
agents. Yeah, no, we can't. We try so hard not to have to hang out with people, but no, that's the lifeblood of what we do, man. It's the best. And that was terribly hard through COVID to try to reconcile. But at the same time, I've said this before, like I'm so grateful that I'm not a solo artist, because I don't know if I would have what it takes to be a one man show and push through all of those things that you have to. Um, as an artist, the demands are crazy, and it's so therapeutic and necessary to be able to have people that you can go through it with at some level.
And I say thank God for Zoom because it just makes it easier when you can do it at home or do it in a comfortable place that when this turns off, you can just turn the world off and go back to your life. Is the rest of the upcoming album gonna feel like this new single or what we've just talked about?
Yeah, I think in the sense that it's sort of, we're trying to pull from a raw and real and authentic place, musically and lyrically. So there's a good amount of mental health songs on there, and some just having a time with the good old boys and the crew. And then love songs. I grew up in Christian music. I couldn't do any real like romantic love songs. I loved them. I loved everything I got to hear on the radio that was smuggled into the house. Um, and uh, and so it's just always going to be a part of it. There's some power ballads I'm really excited about the world hearing.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, thank you for doing that. And I say this 1,000 times. Why aren't more artists doing this, man? Because
Uh,
this is what people don't even know how to slow dance anymore because they don't have songs to slow dance to. They
this
got to
is
go back
true.
to my old
The,
era.
this is so true. I'm bringing the Michael Bolton era back. It's happening.
I love it. Oh my goodness. When do we think the album's going to be out?
By the end of this year, I'm looking at management right now. Yeah. Yes, January.
In the meantime, I know you got I think some festivals.
Yeah, we got a summer full of stuff. It's still filling up, and yeah, it's just bringing the new set list. That's what we're in the mode of right now, putting together the set list. I'm trying to figure out what songs to cover. Maybe it should be Michael Bolton. Maybe this is confirmation.
I
I
love that, man.
can't live if living is without you. Wait, that's Celine. Can't live. What am I thinking of? What's a Bolton song?
Oh gosh, I can't do it. I wish I could. Remember, you
Yeah, I
did
got
an Otis
management working on it
Reddings.
right
You
now.
did
Hold
an
on.
Otis Reddings track.
Working on document. No,
Oh, we're close
what's
enough.
this? What's
It's
his
good
biggest
enough.
one? What do we got? Am I supposed to live without? Oh, that's okay.
That's the one I was trying to think of it.
Supposed to live without you. I nailed that. Thank
Ah,
you. Thanks for going with me
brother,
on that.
sounds great.
Special thanks to Drew as well.
Say, Drew, I said thank you. I know managers probably do one of these. Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it
Oh
up. So
yeah,
we
the whole
will.
time. Do you know Drew? Do you know you guys know each other? Yeah, maybe.
Hey Rudy,
Hey, Drew, how
it's
you doing, brother?
it's Drew from Deer Rouge.
It's Drew McTaggart from Beer Rouge.
Oh my goodness, yes, I know Drew.
Yes.
Hi Rudy.
Hold on. There
Where is he?
you go.
There he is. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Good to see you. You look well.
I'm doing my best, man. When are you coming out with some music?
Yeah.
We are
Yeah, Drew.
we are deep in the bowels of writing,
All right, man.
and and we are we felt like we found our North Star recently, so that's exciting. Now we just need to kind of hone tractor beam in what that album is, what the songs are, but we're making calls really quickly, so you'll be hearing from us soon.
Fantastic. Say hello to that beautiful wife and hug the kid for me too, man.
Yeah, we'll do. Cheers.
That's all you get.
That's all I get. Well, look, man, I'm gonna let you get back. So
Thank
good
you.
talking to you, man. Congrats
You
with the new
too.
music, and
Thank
looking
you.
forward to cross fingers, man. We're gonna see each other in person, maybe at CCMAs
On a red
or
carpet somewhere, sometime.
somewhere.
I hope
Oh,
so.
always love and
Always
respect, my friend.
likewise. Thank you, man.